This kind of got good. I ain't gonna hold you. This kind of got good. The new flames. The new flames. Y'all know what they trying their hardest to recreate Love Island without recreating, but recreating it. But they came in. I like it. I like the two of them because they coming in here turning the shit up. Both of them. But if y'all are new here, hit subscribe. Do that real quick. Thumbs up the video. Get in the comments. Hype the video. But yeah, we about to get into this. So let's go. All right. So we come back where we left off, which was that freaked out challenge. And I'm not gonna hold y'all. I skipped it. 10 minutes chopped off this episode. Loved it. Loved it. Because I didn't watch it. I'm not watching that shit. If I want to watch that type of shit, I know where to go to watch it. But Ray J talks about how nobody was successful with the challenge, pretty much getting their dude hard. But Thanos says that he feels like the couples are mismatched. And I was like, well, you sitting here with Desi, but you claim that you like Desi in your confessionals. Well, we know you didn't. But Ray J was like, so you're not attracted to Desi? He was like, I fuck with her. She cool. But his number one is Sheila. But he's the same one too that said he likes his black girls, his black chocolate queens. That's what he said. Is Sheila a chocolate queen? That's your number one though. But Sheila feels the same way that he does, and Ray J tells them essentially to go couple up. Trap and Desi, they're together now, and Ray J ends up asking Trap, who Trey, he's very Trey songs. Trap, who he would want to be with for the remainder of the show, and he pretty much states like, I ain't trying to lock in right now. I want to see what's gonna happen. AKA, he wants to see who else is coming in here so he can at least try and figure them out, which it makes sense. Like, you're not trying to lock in right now, especially in this moment in time. But with this cast, they not trying to be together. They all trying to, let's keep it real. But he then states that Athena, she's salty in her confessionals because she wanted him to say her. He never wanted you. You open them legs wide open for somebody that does you know what, which you do too. And I don't know why you thought she thought that was gonna make him want to commit to her. I don't get it. But Ray J then asked how Desi feels, and she was like, I mean, I feel like Trap has been passed around, but I'm ready to explore just like he is. So Ray J asked her who she wants, and she says Trap. I said, Desi. In the moment, I said you don't realize it, but Mikael is probably your best option. But we'll get to it later. But Trap says that Mikael looks worried, and Mikael's talking about something. I ain't worried. He said, "Say it with your chest." He said, "I ain't worried." But Ray J then brings out the first two flames, aka bombshells, Bre and Jaron. Bre is pretty. Jaron looks. I can't tell if Jaron is Hispanic or black. He might be Dominican. But she then states that she came to ruffle feathers and take people's niggas. I can see it happening. She did. Jaron said he ain't intimidated. He's not intimidated by any. Well, this answered my question. He says he's not intimidated by anybody if they got six packs or if they're black. I said, is black intimidating? But we all know that black is intimidating because we can't even exist in the world sometimes. But Ray J ends up asking who those two are most attracted to. Bre says Trap. Ray J ends up asking him how he feels about it. And he's like, she's beautiful. He makes them kiss. She was clearly very much into it. Like, you can see it all over her face. Jaron goes and kisses Athena. Athena's on him already because anybody showing her attention, she's going to be all over it. Let's keep it real. And she proved it later on. But Bre is over there kissing on Trap's neck, kissing all over his face. I said, relax. Relax. That is a turnoff. And when I say it's a turnoff that quick, that's too much. Like, you too clingy that quick. She needed, like, somebody that is as pretty as she is, make him work. She wasn't making him work at all. Somebody like Trap, you need to make him work. She was all over him. But Ray J is looking at Mikael and Desi at this point because both of them are single because both of their people are now chosen. And they're now back together. Desi don't realize it. Well, this is what I said in the moment. She don't realize it, but that's the one that she needs to be with. But Ray J points out how Mikael and Bre know each other. And Desi was like, that's her? Bre was like, not like that, not like that. We just did a music video together and we're friends. I wrote in parentheses right here, y'all are now. Like, it was written. And then you sit and think about it too. Zeus knew what they were doing. Hold on, I'm about to lose my voice. Zeus knew what they were doing when they brought her on the show. Because the two of them having history, it just makes sense. It's obvious they aren't just friends. And maybe they friends now, but they definitely messed around. You can't tell me otherwise. But Ray J ends up asking if somebody wants to spend one-on-one time in the Love Cabin, which is the hideaway for this show. Thanos and John, they raised their hand. Chloe was the only girl to raise her hand. So since she was the only girl, her and John are going in. So John is sitting there talking about how he about to fuck her through the mattress and mop the floor with her raggedy ass. I said, You do too much. He has funny moments where you can tell he tries so hard to be funny where it's not funny. But Jaron and Athena, they over there kissing again too. But they head back inside. The guys they're in there talking to Jaron, getting to know him, and they're telling Jaron that Trap done smashed Athena. And Jaron was like, I mean, I feel like y'all should have shot me a signal at that point, let me know that she for the homies at this point. But the girls, they in there talking, and Bre comes walking in, asking which room is for her and her man. I said, you and your man. You claiming it that quick. But she got a lot of confidence. Desi ends up asking her how she's feeling, and because she came in real hot. And Bre was like, I mean, I'm excited. And she says she likes Trap. Athena tells her to keep her eyes open and your mind open because of that man. Like, that man ain't. And I'm like, it's funny that you stating it because your advice is true. You just wouldn't follow it, though. That's the whole thing. Like, if Bre wasn't there, she still would have been trying to pursue Trap, even though she's stating this. But Desi ends up asking Bre how she knows Mikael. And Bre says, I mean, he's the homie. Y'all already know what that means. He's the homie. He's been in 2 of her R&B music videos. She's an R&B singer. I got to watch it. I got to go look and see if she actually can. But she says that she don't want him. You don't want him now. But Desi then says that she ain't worried about no girl. I ain't worried about nobody in here. Ain't no bitch ever came in here and fazed me. Love that. You got confidence and confidence. And they kind of favor each other. Desi and Bre, they kind of favor each other, which is funny. They got the same body type, same skin complexion, same confidence. But Jaron is telling the boys that he really likes Bre. I found that interesting because you walked in here with her. But the boys, they're talking about how Mikael's history with Bre is. And he was like, I mean, I was her love interest in the video. We know why. But Trap then says, like, John is too messy at this point because John is in there, like, pressing the issue. And he's like, you need to move around. I said, exactly. But John is asking Mikael if he's ever had it with Bre. And Trap was like, I mean, don't you have somewhere else to be? Talking to John. Like, you in here questioning him, yet you just got the A-OK to go in there and smash Chloe. Why are you in here worried about what he's doing? I said, exactly. Because Trap was like, at this point, I wouldn't be in here talking to y'all niggas if I got the chance to go in there and do that. And I'm like, yeah, for somebody that's been claiming that he's been dying to get fucked, and I'm talking about John, why are you not in there doing it? But the girls, they in there making a song for Chloe, going to the hideaway. Eat That Kitty in the Hideaway. Love Island, I'm telling you, they jacking everything they got going on. But they then go and get her ready just like Love Island. And Chloe then says that she wouldn't be complaining if it was her and Kamo going to the love cabin. I said, so you just trying to get some at this point. But she clearly has a preference, and her preference is Kamo. So her and John, they head off to go over there. I skipped their shit, like completely skipped it. Don't care to see that. But all the other couples, they're in bed. And they're going to sleep and whatnot. But Kamo is signaling in the dark to Athena. He put up like 10. I was like, maybe he was stating count to 10 or count to 10 minutes and then come in there and come see me. But she gets up in the middle of the bed and Jaron's looking around because obviously he knows she got up. And Kamo and Athena, they're off camera, but we can hear audio. Kamo is doing what he did with Desi a couple episodes ago. Kamo getting around, Athena's getting around. Like, Kamo don't hit Chloe. He ain't hit Desi, but he kissed Desi. Sound like he done probably went in there and hit Athena. And considering how Athena moves, I wouldn't be shocked. Athena done went from, who did she get? Trap. He smashed. I wouldn't put it past Kamo for smashing. And who else was she with? She was with somebody else too, John. I don't think he got to that point yet, but she probably would have allowed him to. So, I mean, they in here just passing each other around. I hope they're using protection because that's disgusting. But the next day, Trap wakes up feeling Bre. Like he's feeling her. She was rubbing his back and whatnot. She clearly, obviously, is feeling him. But Jaron slept alone. He noticed that Athena wasn't in his bed when he woke up. But she comes back in there, and they're all sitting around speculating on what John and Chloe did. And Trap is sitting there talking about how he hopes that he can go into the Love Shack one day. And Athena's talking about something, pick which one for the week. I said, you, rich coming from you, because the same thing could be asked to you, because you were pass around. But Chloe and John, they laying in the bed recapping their night, and she ends up asking if he's cool with her or if he wants to explore. I said, classic. Right after you did that, you asking that, but she don't want him. But she says that she's the same way because he said he wants to explore. And Chloe says in her confessional, it was a little too much for her last night. Like him, he was a little bit too much. I can believe it. But they head back into the cabin, and John comes in talking to Kamo, telling him that you ain't never getting your bitch back. You never had her. You had her in that moment, but she don't want you. Let's keep it real. But Kamo tells him that he smells like ass. That's very believable. But Chloe says that John, she's saying this in her confessional, there was no foreplay. Essentially, he just got his and she didn't get hers. I said trifling. Trifling. But she says that Kamo knows how to please a woman. So at that point, it's clear Kamo did what he needed to do, and that's why she's going to be going back. But John then asked Jaron what's he going to do about that bed, because he's laying in the bed that John was in. And Jaron says, come over here and feel the bed. Apparently it's wet. And I'm like, it's either you piss in the bed or you sweat. It's one of the two. I don't know which one it is. I really don't care. But Jaron says he ain't getting out that bed. At that point, he's basically like, you gonna have to fight me for that bed. Foreshadow. We'll get to it. But they get up for the day. Chloe's recapping in the vanity room with the girls. She putting 20 on 10. She's making it seem like she actually wants John when she don't. Why she's doing that, I don't know, but that's what she did. But Mikael and Trap, they walk into the kitchen and they see roses and a note. And guess what they do? We got a note. Y'all know I got a text. Like, I'ma always clock the Love Island references because they trying their best to not do it, but they're doing it. It's so clear. But it tells them that they have 5 minutes to get dressed. They're going out of the house for the first time. Everybody's excited. They head off to go get ready. So whenever they're ready, Ray J's outside. They come outside and he's like, we about to go get lit today. So they all excited about it, but he tells them they're going to be splitting up. And I was thinking they was going to be splitting up couples, but no, he's splitting them up. And the way they split this up, I think it was perfect, because one side is the exciting side. The other side is the boring side. And when I say exciting, messy, we're going to get to it though. But he tells the people that they're going to be together, the ones that are going to be going to each event together. Jaron and Athena, Trap and Bre, Desi and Mikael, they're going wine tasting. John and Chloe, Kamo and Kiara, Nisa and Brian, Thanos and Sheila, they're going to the bar. Me personally, I would want to go wine tasting before going to a bar. So they sent the messy crew to the wine tasting. So they head to the Sprinters. And the wine sprinter is the only one that you really need to talk about, because the bar sprinter, they was over there having a good time. The wine sprinter is getting messy. Jaron ends up asking why they feel like they got grouped together. And Athena says, because we're the drama. Mikael says, I mean, I ain't had no drama. And Mikael ends up asking Trap, because Trap is looking at him. Why are you looking at me like that? And Trap says, I ain't figured you out yet. Like, I feel like when I'm doing this, when I'm all up on Bre and whatnot, you making faces. At this point, I didn't realize that Trap already knew about the suspicions and the rumors, which we later find out. Jaron says that he knows that Bre and Mikael fucked. I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but to me, I feel like he's probably thinking like I was when it first happened. So Jaron had told Desi and Trap off camera what he was suspecting or what he's gotten confirmed. We don't know if it's confirmed yet. But the way they acting, it seems like it probably is confirmed. Especially on Bre's. Well, I feel like both of them, honestly. Bre is smirking it off and whatnot throughout this. Mikael is bothered. And with you being that bothered, something tells me that it's true. But Desi says, as she's whispering to Trap, that she knows more than he does, talking about Trap. And Mikael is watching them as they're doing this, and he's asking her, like, why are y'all whispering on the sprinter? And she's like, what did I say? Like, you talking about me whispering. What did I say? He said, speak the fuck up so we can hear you. I said, sir, that tone, I don't like it. But Desi's in her confessionals and states that she had heard that Mikael and Bre had fucked outside of the show, which, I mean, that was obvious. But Bre says they don't know what they're talking about Trap and Desi and Jaron. So Desi and Trap stated that they feel like it was more than music videos. I do too, honestly. But Bre tells Mikael to say something, say something. And Mikael says, I'm not entertaining the bullshit. And Bre was like, he's not that type to be messy. I don't believe him to be messy. I don't believe him to be that messy type. But do I believe that he and Bre definitely got history? Absolutely, I do. But Bre says that, and Mikael is getting passive aggressive with with Desi at the end. But next week, we got John versus Jaron. And they both hit each other good. Like, I saw one that John popped Jaron with, but I saw Jaron come back with one too. I can't wait to see that. I think that's the first time I'm going to be recapping a male fight on Zeus, apart from Bad Boys, but which don't ask me because I'm not recapping that. Like, I literally quit halfway through season 2 for a reason. But yeah, that's my recap, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I think it's starting to get a little interesting now. I was watching this episode thinking that I was probably going to tell y'all I'm done. But when they brought them new flames in there, I was like, oh yeah, they messy. So this is going to be interesting. But we'll see what happens. So y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Thumbs up the video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Hype the video. And I'll see y'all next week. Peace.